Well, I'm up at about half past midnight and I'm still working on things. It's like this every day. But I've just had one of those moments where I'm just kind of laughing out loud at the stupidity of something and the absurdity. I had some of these units you might have seen on an earlier video that when they're plugged in to charge, the light goes yellow, an amber colour. And they're supposed to be either green or red, and they have a green and LED, it's a green and a red light inside the same single package. And what can sometimes happen is these LEDs need to be very dry when they're installed, and it's called baking, to make sure there's no moisture or condensation when they're heated up to solder them on the board. And if there's any moisture, they can become damaged. And I was getting some of these lights where when you plug them in, instead of it going red, the red and the green light came on, which means that they've kind of failed quality wise. It still works, everything works, it just went amber, and then when it was, it should be red. So I had to double check that was what it was. So I was getting these units, I was writing down, okay, we've changed the LED. No, look, it still seems to be the same. Let's swap out the battery. Let's change the charge controller. Let's change, there's a special chip that's like a safety protection feature that can interfere with the power. There's the MOSFET, these MOSFETs, like switches that if something goes wrong, it throws the switch and breaks the power. It's not that. I'm going through and I'm finding some, double checking the light. Yep, that's green and red. And then after spending hours on this, I decided just to put one on, charge it fully to see if it charged fully, and it went green. And I thought, we shouldn't do that, because it's like they've become broken internally. The power, it's powering the red and the green at the same time. I took it off and put it under the microscope, and it's a different LED. I think what's happened, these red and green LEDs, because they were discontinued, I was buying them in small batches, and I think I've actually got some amber and green, and I've got some broken which behave as amber and green. So some of them I was absolutely right, they were slightly damaged, which was making them amber, and then others were actually amber. And it's taken me many hours, and now I just want to go and bang my head off the wall, because I've spent hours doing this, because I was worried, like, oh, okay, we need to make sure, with production going forward, that we find all these errors and we correct them and we get it right going forward. And I thought there was a problem, and it wasn't. It was just that the light was actually the correct color, and other lights that were broken were producing the same color. So just utter stupidity that sometimes you have to face. So some of these units actually have an amber and green light, and they're perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with them.